Good day, traders. This is Rick with your Futures Trading Coach Aftermarket Update for the live Trading Alert Call Room. Today is Monday, October 2nd, and I'm going to let you guys know what we did today in the room. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities in the room today. I'm going to run through them all from left to right. First trade we had was a trade we were looking at right before the open in the ES. I did tell everybody that it was the beginning of the week. I said that, the market's obviously up here at all-time highs. They might take it down a little bit, but there's also higher target levels that we have. If you want to take a shot, we can take a shot short and to only go half size. So it was a half position trade. For those who took it, a lot of people can't trade right at the open or during news or anything like that. But for those who took the trade, we did get short on an understanding trade right at the open. And we sat in the trade until the news came up at 9 o'clock right here, and I told everybody, you just got to get out of the trade. So we just got out. Some people, now some people were able to add because it was an add-on trade, but some people didn't get filled on their add-on, and then the market came back down here. So it went up, got in there, and then when it came back down, you're able to get out and lose a tick or so. So this trade varied anything from they didn't take it to if they did take it, it was anybody who did take it, it would have been a half position trade. And then some people had a break even after an ad, depending on the price that they got. And then some people just got, they just got out of it because of the news. So whenever they were down right before the news, right in here, it would have been not a full stop out, but close to a full stop out on a half a position. And again, that's only for people who took it. That was our first trade of the day, and that was in the ES. In the gold, we had a gold trade. That was a beauty trade. That one was a short at 1277.6, 1277.6 in the on a power play. That was at 8:57 Central Standard Time, and that one we got into a risk-free trade on. And the news came out and it just kept going, luckily. So risk-free trade, and we had our targets down here. Trade made pretty quickly, about 30 ticks, 30 plus ticks, 77.6, and it made up to 30 ticks there pretty quick, in a pretty quick fashion. That was a beautiful trade, pretty painless. In the NQ, we had a couple entries in the NQ. First one was a short up at 6,001. 6,001. We had a short up here in this red arrow. That trade made some profits. It made up to 10 to 12 ticks initially. And what I told people on this trade was that we wanted to give it enough room. Okay, so because we were fighting a trend here, the market was up, and we were looking for it to potentially reverse. So what I told everybody is, look, if you got 4 contracts, 3 contracts, take all off but one, and then get yourself into a risk-free trade by giving it as much room as you can. So if you took 3 contracts, let's say, you take 2 off, you can give it 16 ticks of room or 20 ticks of room, depending on what you took on the first one, and that allowed people to not get shaken out when it came up here. Now, if you had 2 contracts, some people might have gotten shaken out of that trade. I got us in again lower, but it just depends on how many contracts and how it was managed. So it was either a big winner for those that had a few more contracts, to a break even, to a small winner if you just had a 1 lot on the NASDAQ. But we started getting short all the way up at 6,001. Next entry was a short at 59.89, and that was on the 1036 candle, and that trade went down and it was a beauty. We got out of it right when the room closed. See here, 11 o'clock, had target 1, target 2, and then I told everybody just get out of the trade if you're still in. Some people got out in here, but that trade made up to 120 ticks, 120 ticks for 30 points on that trade, and that was a beautiful trade there in the NASDAQ. And then in crude, we had another nice trade in crude. We got short on crude oil, and that was at 10 o'clock, 50.30. Some people were in as high as 50.32, and that trade went down and made up to 25 ticks, 25 ticks or so. and that was a beautiful trade as well on crude. So small loser on the ES for those who took it. Again, right at the open, not everybody did, but for those who did, and then we had three really nice winners, up to 30 here, up to 120 here, and up to 20 to 30 on the crude. So we're going to come back and do it all over again tomorrow. Traders, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.